My name is Adriano Pianesi, and with this brief video, I share with you my experience in using Mural for doing the OMT work with an organization. Before I share with you my information, my knowledge, I want to say that I'm not paid by Mural. And like all of you, I am an independent consultant who work with nonprofit organization to advance their mission. I am sharing this because I believe in the power of this tool to democratize access and provide more opportunities for organization to do this well. In the next few minutes, what I would like to share with you is what is Mural and how to navigate it, and two, would like to give you a sense of how you can use it for the OMT. I have created a template which I'm happy to share that allow you to actually do a mural session using the latest version of the OMT. And that it's my hope that you can, from this resource and from other resources, which I will be sharing, you will be able to run your own OMT session using this template in Mural. What is Mural? Well, Mural is an online onboard. I am in Mural right now, and I can share with you the fact that as I arrived to this page without logging in, the power of Mural is that you send a link and people can join in without having to do ID or password. So I want to give you an example of navigation. So as you can see, I am zooming in, and I'm doing this by moving the wheel on my mouse, and I am now clicking and dragging, as you can see. And this is a way to move in Mural. So a mural is really an individual canvas upon which you access material, follow the instructor input, and collaborate with peer during a session. So again, as I was saying, if I click and left and continue to click and then I drag up, as you can see, I'm moving up in the mural. And I have put all those instructions in this basic information. You see now I'm zooming in and moving the wheel on my mouse. So backward to zoom out, forward to zoom in. Click and drag in order to move the view on my screen. So this is really how do you basically navigate in a mural. Now, why is Mural extremely powerful for working together? Because it allows you to do a lot of brainstorming. For example, you can ask people to come in and then selecting a sticky note. All you need to do is double click and you will create a sticky note like you can see here. And I can, of course, write my idea on the sticky note. And that sticky note is produced by all the people that are in the session. So you can understand the power of this, of creating many sticky notes and provide additional information. Now in this page, you can see that I have actually recreated the entire OMT questionnaire on a mural. I want to show you the original, for example, the original page. So for example, we are now in the page related to mission and strategy. So let me go and zoom in. As you can see, I have recreated exactly the same questionnaire that you have in the organizational mapping tool with the same kind of questions, which have been copied and pasted so that there is absolute coherence between this written version and the one in Mural. So the idea would be that you would ask your trainees to come into Mural and your participant to come into Mural and respond to those questions live using the so-called voting function in Mural. What is the voting function in Mural? I'm going to share with you what this is from the version of the facilitator. So remember, I'm facilitating the session right now. So what you're seeing is simply what the facilitator will do in order to run this session for others. So the first thing, I will click this button that you can see says voting. Now, before we go ahead, let's just assume that in this session, you see there are 6 votes that needs to be casted for the mission and strategy section. Those are 6 questions which we will have to answer. And for the sake of our demo, I will just share with you the answering to 2 of those 6 questions. So imagine that you want to start a session, everybody's in your session now, and you want them to answer questions related to mission and strategy. The facilitator will go into the voting function and click voting. We will say start voting session. In start voting session, what you will have to then give is the name of the session so that you can recognize it. So this will be mission and strategy. And you will assign each individual participating in the session the number of votes that you want to give them. Now, if this would be for the entire board of mission and strategy, you will give them 6 votes. In reality, in this case, as for our example, we're going to just do 2 votes. Now, don't worry about all those other things. For now, just click 2, put the number, and then click start. The voting session running is asking you how to begin voting. Now, notice the vote is anonymous. That clicking something will add a vote, shift and clicking will remove the vote. I don't recommend that you focus on this or you give as instruction to your people. I recommend you tell them just to be very careful about where they click, not to create confusion. So you tell them that they will be voting, clicking on a circle. You click begin voting, and at this point, we are pretty much in the environment which simulates exactly what your user will see when they will be in the session. Now notice, this is saying that I have 2 votes left, because of course there are 2 votes per person, and I'm ready to cast my vote. As I decide what to vote, I have to, of course, read this, and let's say that I want to vote for this circle. I will click this circle, and as you can see, that will mark a number 1 to say that that's where I voted. Now, of course, the number of count of votes left for me is now 1. And so I continue to vote, and let's say that I vote for this one at this point. I have now casted 2 voted. I have 0 votes left, as you can see here, and the system is telling me that 1 person already voted. If it would be 15 people that voted in a session of 25 people, this will tell me there will be 15 people that voted. Now, let's assume that everybody has casted their vote. So I now click when at a given time, I will warn the group that the voting session is over. Of course, I will see here how many are voting. I will click end voting session. This will be giving me my voting results. Of course, I only have my own 2 votes to see here because I'm by myself. So at this point, mission and strategy, I will clarify and share the vote, highlight the votes for everybody. So as you can see, at this point, I have not deleted the votes. It looks like, but I have not. I have simply taken it out from the vision. So how do I go back and see the voting again? I click show votes. When I click show votes, the votes will appear and will be for everybody to see all the votes of all the people. And that will be the moment where people are actually then commenting and having those important conversations that needs to happen as soon as you reveal those votes. I hope that this demo is clear enough. Again, I want to point out that those are all repeated, and as you can see, there are comment sessions like there are and of course, to do those comment sessions, all you will do is you will provide sticky note and people will enter their comments. So people, all they have to do is simply double click, and that will allow them to create sticky notes with their comments. And of course, those are anonymous comments which can continue to be added. Now, people will have to move things around. You see, in this case, I'm clicking and dragging the actual post-it note, but I have no doubt that you will get a hang out of this pretty easily. This is a template which I will be actually making available at this link. And I want to say, normally the instruction that I give my people when I do this work is to vote. And to vote for each question, to click one circle. And important is that they click one circle or your vote will not count. Every click is one vote, and when voting, click only the circle that you meant to click. This is really very simple. I've done this, as you can see here. Those are all the boards. There are additional boards here that I've added for those of you that wants to do a bit more work or additional sessions here. But in general, this board reflects all the questions that you have in your area. Another tip that I want to share with you that I've learned to do is sometimes people get overwhelmed. So one thing that I might do is create maybe a giant post-it note, which actually will cover the majority of those post-it notes so that people don't get confused. And for example, I can do something like this and tell them to vote only on this one so that people are not confused. They will not click anything else. I hope that this demo was interesting to you, and I'm happy to share with you additional resources that can be helpful to you. In particular, I want to share with you those links which I think are really helpful in general if you are trying to learn Mural. And the link are this one. Those are YouTube video, most of them. This is the actual support page the Mural share about how to learn to use Mural online. And those are 3 YouTube video which I recommend that you give a look if you're not familiar with Mural, so that you can become an expert user and get up to speed. I hope that this was helpful, and good luck with your work in organization using the OMT.